Well, hello and welcome back. Thanks for coming back. Where are we? That's what you're wondering. Well, we've just come off the main airport road just before you hit Paphos town. This is the purpose-built ring road. It's the road that takes you down to downtown Kato Paphos, all the coastal hotels. So all the hotels that sit on the cusp of the blue Mediterranean Sea. So sit back and relax, kick off the flip-flops and pour yourself a tot or two. The views, well, they're spectacular. If you look yonder through the trees, you can see the blue Mediterranean Sea. The sky's looking blue, the sea's looking blue. Mr. Paul is dressed head to toe in blue. All that's missing is you. Get yourself on that big bird or that canoe and start paddling like crazy, because I'm telling you, the summer has arrived. Eventually it's here, and it's here to stay all the way through July, August, September, and you never know, maybe into October and November. One thing's for sure, you're going to get a great holiday, and you're going to have a great time if you mosey on down to downtown Paphos for a holiday, whether it be for a weekend, a fortnight, or perhaps the rest of your life. Always are going to take a right. If you take a left, well, you go and do a bit of off-roading, so I wouldn't advise that very much, although you can wiggle and you can waggle and you can get yourself down to that blue Mediterranean Sea. Now, I warn you now, anyone who comes on this road, please be careful. The boys in blue are out and about, and guess what? They are looking for you. So please abide by the speed limits. They can hop up absolutely anywhere with one of those speeding things in their hands, frappe in the other obviously, but when they catch you, they're going to flag you down, they're going to get all your details, and they're going to issue an on the spot fine. So why go to all that trouble? You're not going to get there any quicker, that's for sure. So just stick to the speed limits. In Paphos, in Cyprus in particular, by the way, they're quite lax, the boys in blue. They really are great guys indeed. The speed limit coming up here says 50, so if you're travelling in there around about 65 kilometers an hour, they're not bothered. You understand me? So in a 50 you can travel up to 69, so again, travel around about 60-ish kilometers. If you're on the highway, the actual official speed limit is 100 kilometers an hour. Again, they don't bat an eyelid unless you are doing at least 120 kilometers. So stick to about 110 and you'll be laughing not all the way to the bank for them, shall we say. Let's take a bit of a diversion and go down to the Geroskipou coastal area. When we come out at the end of this road here, there will be a sign that says Municipality of Geroskipou Beach. That's its correct name, but the locals call it Geroskipou Beach. Why do they call it Geroskipou Beach? Well, a long time ago, a man opened a beach bar when there was nothing going on and there was no one coming here for tourism or that kind of thing, and his name was Rikos, and it was called the Geroskipou Beach Bar. And guess what? From that day on, that name stuck. So if you're asking people about beaches in downtown Paphos and someone says the Geroskipou Beach and then someone else says the Geroskipou Beach, guess what? It's exactly the same place. So most people, most locals, refer to this as Geroskipou Beach. Although, as I've just said, right in front of us now, it says Geroskipou with a G. Sometimes it's spelled with a Y, by the way. And as you can see, it says Municipal Beach. So it's a beach anyway. Let's drive to the end of it, because you're going to get a spectacular view out across that blue Mediterranean Sea as I turn around. Now, I was chatting to some people in the harbour last night, and this had never occurred to me, because we do understand that some people watch us but they're not subscribed. Now, I understand that some people don't know how to do it. To be honest, I didn't really understand how to do it until I actually sat down one day and worked it out. But anyway, a lot of people don't hit the subscribe button because they think that it's going to cost them money. They think that perhaps YouTube's going to charge them, I don't know, €6, €10, €100 a month, or it's some kind of way that we can get our hands on your money. That's not true. Subscribe is an American terminology for joining, if you understand what I'm saying. That's why we use the word family members. But anyway, when you click onto any YouTube channel, you will see, normally in white, and normally it scans the whole screen on a mobile phone anyway, and there is the word that says subscribe. If you push push that button with your little finger, it will then subscribe you, join you to that channel. What does it do? Well, it tells YouTube that perhaps you like what you're looking at, and it tells YouTube then to recommend it to more people. But there's no charge. You're never going to be charged by YouTube or the channel provider, for example, ourselves, Marika and me. Okay, so I wanted to get that quite clear, and I will say this time and time again so that people start to understand it, because the more people that subscribe, the better YouTube think that we are. I know we're terrible, but you know, you might convince YouTube that we're perhaps not too bad. And the more times you hit the like button, again, you are convincing YouTube that perhaps you like what you see. I know I'm going on and on and on, but it is very important to us, and we thank each and every person that does hit the like, and we thank each and every person that has subscribed, and on top of all that, we thank each and every person that chooses to watch us, whether you are subscribed or not. But just in case you were curious to understand it, in case you thought you were going to be charged, you are not going to be charged a single penny. Now, on the note of money, you know, if you really do like us, you can join us as a superstar member, or you can make one-off contributions to the channel. You can do that on YouTube through what's called the super thanks button. Again, where the like and the dislike button, if you scroll across, there is a heart with a $sign on it, and it says super thanks. Again, you can hit that button and you can choose to give us $1, $10, $1 million, entirely up to you. But thanks very much, and remember, I do want to buy a Rolls Royce, so thank you very much for that. Damon Ritchie, big shout out to you. Thanks for the €10 that you contributed to our little channel yesterday. Very much appreciated indeed. Only a couple of days ago, of course, Ali and Neil, they decided to pay for a car wash because the car got dirty off-roading in and around Paya, which is their favourite place. So these are some of the ways that you can say a thank you, or some of the ways that you can motivate us, shall we say, to keep going. I know I'm going on, but of course some people don't understand it, and they do think that perhaps that we can, well, fleece you, rob you. We can't. Only you can decide to give us what you want to give us. So please hit the like, please consider to subscribe to the channel, and now and again, if you wish, go on the super thanks, and then now and again you can click through to our about page, and you will find that there is a little icon that says buy me a coffee, and a little coffee I can buy it. What is that? Well, that's a virtual coffee, so you're not actually buying us a coffee in a coffee shop. You are going to give us a small contribution, 1 coffee, 2 coffees, 3 coffees, again, as many as you want, and then we will go and transfer your money into coffees some days, obviously, sunglasses for Miss Oching receive some days, and most of the time we will pop it into the fuel tank in the car to keep us going, and now and again we need to eat and those kind of things. So I know I'm going on, but I wanted to make it clear, and once a week or so I'll explain it again if you've missed it, or of course you can rewind it and listen to it again. But really humbled that you choose to watch us, and we do thank you from the bottom of our 2 hearts and camera, as Marika says. Anyway, where are we? We're coming on to the first part of the Hotels Road, as I call it. This is Pasodonis Avenue. I think you can see the sky's looking spectacular today. The hotel coming up here, first one on the block. This is the Geroskipou Beach Hotel. Lots of people like this hotel, and as we speak, there are 2 mega stars staying in there. And of course, that's Miss Anne-Marie, and of course, Mr. Michael. And now, of course, Anne-Marie is a lady, and of course, Mr. Michael is a sir. They've chosen to join the channel of Marika and me. They've also chosen to be superstars and contribute €10 a month to the channel, month after month, on the Buy Me a Coffee platform. And again, if you didn't see them get married, well, go and Google it in the Marika and me search bar. Go and have a look. Anne-Marie and Michael get married, and it was a spectacular day indeed, and it really was. And we were truly humbled to even be invited to the wedding, never mind to be asked to make the special little video. We think it came out quite well. Hopefully my man Paul, with a big rod all the way up in Glasgow, agrees, hopefully, or perhaps he's just going to be kind. I don't know, but tell us the truth, Mr. Paul. He is actually, in his spare time, he goes and makes wedding videos for people. He's a true professional. I've seen some of his videos, but obviously he puts great effort into it, and an awful lot of time as well, and of course he charges you, whereas of course we don't, not yet anyway. Big shout out to some of the superstars that I've met over the week. Matt Rhodes and Miss Tony. It was a great honour to meet you. It really was. And well, hopefully you're going to come back, and hopefully we'll go and sit down and have a drink or two. Mr. Paul and Miss Terry, I don't know how we've missed you, but we have. And time to us doesn't mean a lot, but hopefully when you come back, you drop it in those comments. Tell me where you're staying, and I'll come and pick you up, and we'll go for a coffee or two. Leonardo Plaza Hotel, we've just gone past that one there. What's this one coming up here? This is the Geroskipou Beach Hotel. That's had a bit of a refurb over the last year, so that's quite pleasant inside. Go and hunt for it in our back catalogue, it's there. Most of the hotels we have stormed, by the way, and one or two times we've been chucked out. Some of the hotels are with us, and some of the hotels are against us, but slowly but surely, like dominoes, shall we say, they are slowly coming to understand that perhaps we're not too bad. And of course, we don't walk around insulting the hotels, because in fairness to the hotels, most of them are very good indeed. One or two at the moment are having a bit of a problem. I think the how do you say it, the one out, I call it the Elephant Hotel, isn't it? The King Eliathan Hotel has some mixed reviews at the moment, so perhaps we'll have to go and investigate and find out. There we are. When you've got to deliver things, it's difficult, isn't it? Especially when there's no access point. How do you get that up a pavement? Not much thought gone into these things, is it? I know that's the same all over the world, not just in Cyprus, but feel sorry for that chappie. I won't run him over, not today. Now he's going to turn up there, isn't he, and take it up that pavement. It can't be hard, even with electrified ones, because they don't like to go up hills, do they? There's not enough power in those batteries. Anyway, I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, if you're talking about a steakhouse bar, there was a chap the other day. There on the left-hand side is the Rib Shack. Not a bad place to go for a steak. And then further up here, across to the Almira Hotel, if you take a right and go towards TJ Fish and Chips, and of course Bar Street, the start of Bar Street, the Lodge restaurant is there, and apparently that is the best steak in the whole of Paphos. So, Mr. James, if you're looking for the best steak in Paphos, that could be the place for you. I'm going to say thanks for watching. If you like what you see, want to hit that like, click that subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of my madness. Thanks very much.